Hey guys, this is Insane Dragonite HD here, and welcome to episode 27 of my Pokemon Firered Nuzlocke challenge for the Game Boy Advance. In the last episode, we defeated all the trainers in Koga's gym. In this episode, we will be taking on Koga himself, the Ninja Master. Koga is the Ninja Master of the original games. He is a Poison-type gym leader. There's only two of them, him and Homika. Which is the Black and White 2 name, or Roxy, which I don't like that name at all, but I guess it fits for a rock star, I guess. I really don't know. So, if you guys could tell me what mirth means, I don't know what mirth means. I have no idea. I'm pretty sure it means foolishness or something. I don't know. It's just Pokemon plans. They use a lot of words that I've never heard of. I mean, like, I wish Pokemon used words that I knew about, but they don't. So, now we are going to take on the Fuchsia City Gym Leader, Koga. Now, in case you're wondering, I think Fuchsia is like a shade of pink. So, we're going to send out Jake, and he's going to send out Coughing. We're going to go for the Water Gun, which should almost instant KO his Coughing, or leave it at, like, about a quarter of the health I had before. So one more Water Gun should KO this thing, and we should gain some pretty good experience from this. Yeah, that's some pretty good experience there. So now Leader Koga is going to send out Muck, which is another poison type. Personally, I do not like Muck. Personally, I don't like Muck. It looks like a pile of goo rather than with eyes. It looks like they didn't spend much time to make it, really. I mean, although some of you may think Muck is a good Pokemon, I don't like Muck. It doesn't look like there's been much design on it. Blastoise, however, I love its design. I mean, it's got two water cannons out of its back. It's just interesting. I wonder how it's born with water cannons. I don't know, but I'm not going to question that, because I'm not going to question how Blastoise got its water cannons. Whether they were shoved into its shell when it was and it evolved with that, or they were waiting to pop out when it evolved. I really don't know. But Koga's gonna poison us, which is why he is the most annoying gym leader. I mean, no other gym leader in the air games really poisons you as much as Koga does. Koga loves to abuse Sludge, and over again, it gets really annoying because he keeps using Sludge and Pokemon keep getting poisoned. So your best bet is to bring a Pokemon that is either Psychic and cannot get poisoned, or a Pokemon that is a ground type. Now, for years, I did not know that poison types were weak to ground types. I always thought poison types were weak to water, and then I found out they resist water. Back then, I didn't know water was a stab. I didn't know water was a stab move. I always thought it was a... I never knew that. Back then, I didn't know that if a Pokemon actually used a move of its typing, it was stab. I used to think that it was not stab, and that it was like, oh, it's super effective on that Pokemon. Maybe it's because I was over leveled the entire game. That's probably what it was. I was over leveled the entire game. First time I beat red version or blue version, I was about level 70. And the Elite Four was level 40, and I beat them all on my first try, including Gary, because Gary's Executor is weak to fire. Executor is a very good Pokemon. Now, I am supposed to call my friend in like 3 minutes, but I'll do that after this video, but not now. So, I would like to make I never really made a proper shout out, but there's a shout out to Soul Silver 79, great user, and I'm pretty sure Dragon Juice was bragging about how he got Hardy Tech Yo-Yo. I got a guy that has like twice as much as Hardy Tech Yo-Yo does, even though Hardy Tech Yo-Yo is a pretty good LP'er. He is the worst Pokemon Let's Player on YouTube, which is what he calls himself. It's pretty funny. I mean, he likes Caterpie, but I really don't. I mean, I like Caterpie too. Caterpie's a good matchup. It's a good bug type. I recommend Caterpie for those of you who are first time players of red and blue, or fire red and leaf green, get yourself a Caterpie and train it up. So with his Weezing, we're gonna send now Koga is gonna send out his Weezing, but we're gonna send out Sucker, which is a flying and poison type, which means it will resist poison. But Koga is gonna go for the smoke screen. Oh, I forgot to mention that Koga is a smoke screen noob, and he loves to abuse smoke screen, kind of like Lieutenant Surge loves to abuse double team. Personally, I think that smoke bomb or smoke screen is a better move because it lowers their accuracy. Double team doesn't really do as much. It just heightens your evasiveness, which is basically the same thing as smoke screen. I don't know why they decided to make them two separate moves, even though they're both the same thing. I consider them the same thing, but I guess that's what Pokemon considers it. So I decided to decided to see what the new Cartoon Network was like earlier, and I decided to watch something on there because I was bored, and I found out that apparently it's changed a lot since I've watched it. Since the last time I watched it, which was 2 years ago, and I decided to watch something other than Pokemon. Usually I just watch Pokemon on Cartoon Network because there's really nothing better on. I mean, I look at it and I'm like, really, what better shows are on than this? I mean, Cartoon Network has changed a lot since I was younger. They used to have good shows. Now they just have crappy shows that literally are not the best, and they don't impress me, regardless of what show I'm watching. If it wasn't bad, it would impress me, but sadly, since Cartoon Network's not around anymore, it never impresses me, and I don't get a thrill from it anymore. Plus, there's Mad, and Mad is the worst show that has ever come out. I didn't like it at all. It's really bad. It's really bad. It's not the best. It's not the best show. They're one of them cheesy shows that can't come up with any ideas, so they try to make fun of everything, kind of like Robot Chicken. But Mad at least tries to cover up their inappropriateness by making fun of kids' things. Adult Swim, the Robot Chicken, not Adult Swim. That's the name of the channel. Robot Chicken doesn't try to cover up their inappropriateness like Mad does. Mad likes to cover up the inappropriate stuff by doing, I think, kids things. Plus, they made fun of one of my favorite animes, Chobits, which is a funny anime, very, very, very funny. I laughed the first time I saw it because there's this one. He calls it a. I think he calls it a. I don't remember. It's called a Persicom. Oh, Persicom, yeah. So he's got this person computer. In case you're wondering what Persicom is, it's like a person. That's a computer. He wants it because he found it, and it turns out it's this special thing called a Chobits, which can learn on its own. Hence the reason why it's called Chobits. But he finds it in the dumpster with, I think, no clothes on at all. It's wrapped up in duct tape, and it's just sitting there. And he takes the opportunity to take it, even though he has absolutely no idea of how to operate it. And later, his robot, he sends his computer to go get her some underpants. And what ends up happening is she ends up, in one part of the episode, she ends up trying to stick her hand up a woman's skirt because she doesn't know that you're not supposed to do that. But she does it anyway, and then the same people see, the guy's name is Hideki, by the way, Hideki. Then they see the same Hideki guy, and he's like, and they call him a pervert, because they asked him if that was his Persicom, and then they scream pervert, and basically he ends up going into the store and screaming to ask for underwear, but then she ends up going and ends up getting boxers instead of actual underpants. and then ends up learning to say Hideki is a pervert in the end because she hears Hideki and is a pervert. It's a hilarious anime. I recommend it for you all. It's great. So now, after the new Cartoon Network, there's the new Nickelodeon. Now, new Nickelodeon's not as bad as the new Cartoon Network. At least the shows on there are somewhat bearable. Now, they are actually, except for Pokemon on Cartoon Network, that's my favorite show. But at least all the shows on Nick are at least bearable. Most of the shows on Nick are bearable. I mean, I'll still watch SpongeBob occasionally because that show still is somewhat good. I used to watch it when I was younger. It was pretty funny. It's funny how I remember everything from that show. The Goofy Goober song, all that stuff. I mean, that's just memories, man. That just brings back memories. Memories of how it was when I was younger and how stuff used to be. I mean, stuff used to be good. Like, they made this stupid new Looney Tunes show, which I was psyched about till I saw it, and then I'm like, this is terrible. This show sucks. I wish they would never made this show. Please, please go home and get the fuck off this television, because I'm not watching it. I mean, it sucks. None of the new shows on Cartoon Network are even good. They're bad. I mean, most of the shows on Nick aren't good now, except maybe SpongeBob. And then there's Cartoon Network. But then again, there's some good shows on television. Now, one of the shows I used to like until the new version was Naruto. I used to love Naruto until they came out with Shippuden, and then my mind was completely changed, and I don't like Naruto anymore. I only like the old stuff. I happen to own one of the old games. I happen to own Clash of Ninja 2, which I've had for a while. I got it from my friend, along with a GameCube controller, and along with that GameCube controller, I got, yeah, that game came with it. I got Spyro, Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness. I will do a Let's Play that game later. I'll do it blind since I've never played it. So, actually, some parts of it aren't blind, but I played up to the part where you're trying to find that Mirror B person. Now, Mirror B is the ugliest chick I could have ever seen in any video game, any magazine, anything. Her hair sticks up in a huge poof that goes up, and it's red and white. It's terrible. I mean, Pokemon should have not put her in the game. I wish they would have never done that. Then I like the other chicks they put in Pokemon, because the other chicks they put aren't that bad. But she was terrible. She was the worst one that ever was out. Should have never put her in the game. I wish they would have never done that, because I don't like her. Her hairstyle's ugly. Everything about her's ugly. She has these two henchmen that are also ugly. They're all ugly. I wish they wouldn't have done that, because I don't like those two Pokemon. I don't like those three people at all. You have to find them, and if you don't, I think if you don't comply with their demands, which you don't get the choice to, you have to battle them. Now, that's the one thing about Pokemon games. You don't look at them, they look at you and say, let's battle. You're like, I don't want to battle. But they're like, okay, you're a trainer, you're forced to battle anyway, which is what I don't like. So now we have taken down Koga, leader Koga. After winning, he is going to give us the Soul Badge, which raises our defense. Now the defense of our Pokemon is permanently risen, and we can use Surf outside of battle, but we don't have Surf yet. And he's going to give us TM06, which is a useful TM, and it's toxic, and it's a secret technique that's like 400 years, even though Pokemon's only been out for 20 years. I don't know how it could have been out for 400 years. Yeah, we're just gonna say it is. We're gonna teach Toxic to the only Pokemon that all our Pokemon can learn Toxic. But we're gonna teach it to the Poison type, so it's a stab. I'm not really sure if Toxic is a stab, no matter what Pokemon. Oh yeah, Toxic isn't a stab, because Toxic just badly poisons. So we're gonna delete Confuse, right? Because I really don't want to confuse. I would rather hurt. I would rather hurt than confuse, because confuse, you have to wait for them to hurt themselves. Poison, it automatically does it. You don't have to expect for something to happen. So we're going to give our Pokemon some antidotes so we don't, one of them doesn't die while we're in here, which is really bad. So we lost, so in this battle, we lost a total of one Pokemon, that's it. In this whole Nuzlocke, we've lost like 6 so far, which is a pretty small number. Some people lose like, I think, more in a Nuzlocke. Hence the reason why I'm not going to do a white Nuzlocke, because I would fail at the second gym, because of Lenora's damn Watchog that knows Retaliate. Retaliate is an annoying move that doubles the power if the Pokemon has fainted. Oh my god. Just sorry if there's any audio problems in this video, or if it's too loud or something. I was trying to record this so that I could get something done before my friend called me. So we're going to deposit him in the PC, and after depositing him in the PC, that's pretty much it. So we're going to deposit Snorlax, which is Sleepyhead, which is actually one that I liked. I thought he was going to live. But that's going to conclude this episode. I'm going to end the episode here. This has been Insane Dragon HD here with episode 27 of Pokemon Firered Nuzlocke. I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.